for Onboarding with Dr. Nosa, and you'd be able to see past episodes. Anyone that interests you, you can listen to it over and over and over and over again. All right. Okay. So, last week we started talking about something very, very important. Although it was kind of impromptu, but it led to a very, very interesting discourse. And I want to get into it proper today. Like, I will start it, and then maybe for the next 30 minutes, we will discuss it, and then I'll open the phone lines, and then we'll take it up from there. You can be able to call, by the way. For those of you who are frequent listeners of the show, you already have the number. But if you're just tuning in and you're wondering, what kind of show is this? What's this guy all about? Well, my name is Dr. Nosa, and you're listening to KUFM 92.7, and the program is Onboarding, the live show. Of course, going by the name, this is a show, a platform where people just get it off their chest. You just need to get it off, onboarding, your problems, your weight. You are at the crossroads and don't know what to do. This is your show. When you call, you'll be able to speak to me. I am here. My wife is here. And Jim is also here. So you'll be able to speak with us. So for those of you who already have the lines, the phone lines, you know. But for those who are tuning in for the very first time, let me give you the phone lines. 070 6263 9275 07062639275 09039394427 09039394427, and the last line you can call is 0812 178 9154 0812 178 9154. All right, Jim. Last week, we started talking about communication in relationships. Yes. And, nice. But you know you cannot be showing me this while we're on air. Okay. My wife is saying I'm fat. That's what she's saying. She said I've added weight. And she's showing me pictures of me, when I was very slim and, So we cannot be doing this now. It's about communication.
We're communicating. It's all in communication.
I want to say hi to Moses from First Bank. Moses, Aisha, all of you, Miss Audion from First Bank. I want to say, you finally found the paper. That's a long time. All right. I want to say hi to every one of you from First Bank. Thank you so much for listening in. All right, so Jim, we were talking about communication.
Yes.
And we had a very interesting talk, at my place, still talking about the subject. Communication is will either make or break the relationship you're currently in. If it's going to work or if it's going to break, it depends on the kind of, communication, the way you talk to each other, the way you understand each other, the way you're able to get to each other. It is important. Some people get married on the basis of love. And I say love is not enough reason for you to get married. Okay. Yeah, I'm so much in love with I'm so much in love with him, I'm so much in love with her. That's not enough reason for you to marry the guy. All right? It's not enough reason for you to marry the guy. That you're in love with him, it's not enough to prove that relationship is going to endure the test of time together with your brothers and sisters, your siblings that you grew up in the same house. You grew up together. Your communication is way easier because you kind of understand the same things, even though you are different, but at least you have the same background of
share the same value.
Yes. So it's easy. You can, before you say certain things, they understand. But when you are married to somebody who's probably from another background, another church, another community, another state, another language, be sure that if you do not understand how to get to this person in your way of communicating, you would have problems. Okay, so first, I want to say that communication happens between two different people, not two same people. See, we often want our spouse or our husband or wife to understand us absolutely without we saying anything. You know, you should know.
Yeah, sure.
You should know. You should know how to. You should know how. You're gonna have get in this conversation. Put it in on your ears. Okay.
When I look at you a certain way, you should know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Okay.
You should know. But we must understand this first. Every man out there, you need to understand. Every woman out there, you need to understand that your wife or your husband does not have the same background as you do. Does not have the same value system. Does not have the same. Does not have the same culture. You might grow up in the same place, but families. I've heard some people say, "In our family, we don't do this."
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though you are from the same, let's come home. Let's use Benin. Even though we're all Beninese, I've heard certain people say, in our families, in our own family, we don't do this. Okay, some people say, in our family, we don't eat snail.
Yeah.
I've met people who, they say in their family, they don't eat snail. I've met people who, in their family, they don't eat draw soup. Have you met someone like that?
Of course.
Okay, and now, let's take for a man who does not eat draw soup is now married to a woman who draw soup is her favorite soup. Now, you must understand that you're coming into the relationship, you have to get to understand from the person's upbringing. You have to go back to their upbringing and understand where this person is coming from. If you don't do that, you can't even begin to communicate, because he's always going to be, you shouldn't eat, don't cook draw soup in my house. We don't eat it. And it's her favorite meal. So what do you want her to do? You get? So we must go back from this beginning before we begin to start dealing with this. All right? And that's the first thing. Understand that communication happens between two emotionally unstable people who grew up in two very different upbringing. You understand?
Yeah.
That's one. And you want to ask a question?
Yeah, just go on. I will take you back to that question. Maybe you will address it before.
Just ask the question, Mr. Jim. Just ask it.
Now, talking about growing up in different background. For example, we say, let's use Benin. I'm a Benin man. My wife is Benin. So I believe she should have the core values of Benin tradition. Now, if she comes to the house,
why do you call them core values? Who made them core values?
There are basic things that you can't take out.
Okay, so you're talking about the culture now.
Yes.
All right.
You can't separate it from. So now, if she comes in and I expect her, okay, to by default have gotten this, straight, and she comes and does the reverse. In communication, how do I do? Because first of all, the man I'm talking about.
You're going ahead of me now.
That's why
I
didn't want to.
You're not asking a question. You're giving your own talk.
No.
Okay, you're going ahead of me. Okay, let me take it one step. The first step, the first thing I need you all to understand is communication is between two people.
Yes.
Get the thing on your ear and come up here. Come up here. I'm talking to my wife in case you're wondering who I'm talking to. Okay. I need to have her on this platform. All right. So, communication happens between two different people. I'm different from my wife. Okay. My wife grew up, she had a different upbringing. There was a way that her father and mother communicated, and that's what she learned from. I grew up a different way. My father and mother communicated in a way that formed my
perception
of communication. Okay? That's why young people out there, when you meet someone and you are into this craze of love, oh, I'm so in love with him, I'm going to die if yeah, quickly get over that phase and then get on to trying to know and understand the background where this person is coming from
Mm.
before you get married. See, a lot of people when they are dating or they meet someone, they don't ask questions. They don't seek to know or understand this person's background. It's not important to young people today. Generally, it's not important to people. How do you do this? You need to talk to the person. You need to ask a lot of questions about their background. You need to be in a position to see the father and mother argue if possible. Okay, you need to see them. You need to put yourself in a place where you see them. That gives you a clear or close to a clear picture of how this person was raised.
That's observing them in their natural environment.
Yes. If you don't do this, you wouldn't even know who you're dealing with. First thing, because when you get to the house, some people say, he wasn't like this when we were dating. What did you know of him when you were dating? Let's ask the question really. He wasn't like this when we were dating. He wasn't like this when we met. He just changed. He flipped the script after 2 years of marriage. No, he didn't change. You are the one who didn't know this much about him. I know that you can never know so much about a person because they don't know that much about themselves anyways. But as much as you can dig to understand this person's upbringing, please do when you are about to enter a relationship. Now, if you are in a relationship and you are just confused, you don't know what to do, this person, it seems like you thought you knew him and now you don't know him, you are confused, you're tired, well, and you're already married. The thing is, communication, this is the second thing I want everybody to understand. Communication is a skill that can be learned. Communication is a skill. Now, we all know what is skill acquisition. You leave school and you decide you want to go and learn how to sew. Okay, so you're picking up a skill. A young man came to me and said, Doctor, there's no job right now and I'm done with school. I don't know what to do. I want to go and learn, we call them electrician, those that, electrical, the wiring. I want to go learn it, by a wayside. I'm like, go ahead. That's a skill he wants to acquire. So communication is a skill. I want everybody out there listening to me to understand this. Communication is a skill that can be learned. And it is a skill that can be learned badly. It is a skill that can be learned badly. It is a skill you can learn, and it is a skill that you can learn badly. So if you do not know how to communicate well, it is nothing to be ashamed of. You need to own up that, okay, I do have this problem. And then you can begin the process of actually first unlearning what you have learned and then start a new learning process. Do you understand, Jim?
Unlearning, how?
Yeah, a lot of things like there are a lot of ways men are taught to treat women. That's not the right way. Like men are taught to talk to women. That's not the right way. You need to understand that, okay, I learned something wrong. Like when we were talking at my place, I told you someone who went somewhere and wanted to learn the skill to be able to sew. It is possible for you to learn and don't know how to sew. That is, the person who's teaching you also learned the wrong way. So he cannot pass on to you something he doesn't know. So it is only what he knows, the way to sew, that he's going to pass on to you. Like maybe he cuts a certain way, and at the end of the day, when he's done making the shirt, it's squeezed on one angle, or it doesn't fit properly. It's because of the way he learned. And if you stay under that person, you're always going to sew like that person. So for you to realize that, okay, I think I have a problem. Everybody seems to be complaining about how I sew. And I think I need to go back to where I learned. And then you talk to somebody else and find somebody else and you go, oh, I think I did not learn how to cut properly. What do? You go somewhere else and you unlearn what you thought was the right way, and then you start to learn the right way. Do you understand? You have to unlearn. You cannot stay there and say, that is the way I was taught. If you don't like it, go to hell. At the end of the day, you're going to be lonely because nobody's going to come to you. You're going to have a reputation for bad communication skill. So people don't know that if you don't have good Jim, if you have a good communication skill, you are, people see you and you can get anything you want. If you have a good communication skill, you can get anything you want. But if you are bad at it, soon you're going to have a reputation. Everybody's going to be like, oh, no, don't have anything to do with that guy. He doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to act. And then what's going to happen? You lose out on big jobs. You lose out on big things that could happen in your life. So everyone listening out there, understand these two things. When we're done with this, I'm going to open the phone lines. First, communication is between two
emotionally unstable
people. Two different emotionally unstable people. 1. 2, communication is a skill that can be learned wrongly, unlearned, and relearned. Okay? All right. So if we are to bring this to relationships.
Yes.
Okay, if we are to bring this in relationships. Yeah, the phone lines are beeping and blipping already, but we're not done. I'm going to don't stop whispering. You need to talk into the mic. Okay. If we need to, you want to ask a question on it? Or I should open the phone lines and have the people ask the question?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Hello, good evening. Sorry about that. The phone lines are open now. 0706-263-9275, 09039394427, and 0812-178-9154. Hello, good evening.
Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Welcome. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Animola Godfrey.
I didn't get the name,
Hello.
sir.
I'm Godfrey.
Godfrey, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm calling from Uselu.
Okay, hi, Uselu this evening.
It's very, very cool.
All right, Godfrey. Yeah, what do you want to say?
Yeah, it's about communication.
Okay.
So I understand the fact that communication is a dynamic process.
Okay.
Yeah, so it involves deliberate attempts to understand each other.
Okay.
So many times, some people are so good at hiding their real self.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
I'm listening.
And no matter how you try, they just it's like you've mastered the art of cryptic camouflaging.
Yeah.
And no matter how they try to dig, they can just pretend for even up to a year or more than a year. So it's like maybe there's no way you can find out until maybe you have settled with them, and they know that since they are not safe in your house, they can now start exhibiting some funny characters.
Okay.
Prior to that, they are very, very cool with you.
Okay.
You go out, you talk for even up to 2 hours. They are like, okay, well. The moment you start being very serious with them, they'll not start showing you some itches, some kind of scaly characters.
Okay,
so what I'm trying to say is that many times it's not really possible to get to know someone totally or wholesomely.
Okay. Now, Jim, I know somebody was going to say this. People need to listen. Okay? People are not listening to me. It is not possible for you to hide your real self. We are the ones not paying attention.
Yeah.
When we are in this euphoria of emotional high.
Yes.
You understand? When we are in this, oh my God. Oh, man, you need to see the guy is so hot, man. And you see the car the guy was driving, man. The guy is so caring, so loving. The guy knew how to. Look, when you are in that 2 hours of talking, you need to watch. How does he let you land every time you're having a conversation? Does he allow you to? What does he think of your own opinion when you're talking? Does he, in his own opinion, just somehow shut down whatever you think you're saying? Okay, you need to look at these things. Nobody is that good at hiding themselves. I know, people are going to be like, Dr. Nosa, for the 2 years, he was always very nice. He was always very nice. Because nice was all you were looking for.
And that's what you were seeing.
Yes. in that niceness, you should consider, you should look at this. How does he allow you to express yourself? Or does he always give you the, what are you even saying, Seth? Please, forget, what you have to say. Yes?
You should also look at how he communicates with people. If he or she is hiding from you,
not wanting you to know.
Yeah, you could also know
how
more about him on when you see him reacting or communicating with people, his parents, his siblings. You can also get to know who the person really is.
That's so true. That's so true. Because when they are with you, they're always going to try to mask, that part of them. But when they are with others, every now and then they let go. Their real self comes out and he shouts. And you go, but he doesn't shout at me. Oh, really? Wait for it. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Okay, so when you call, turn down the volume on your radio so we can be able to have a conversation. It's very loud. Okay, the hold back so we can have communication. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your line is really bad. Please call back. Go somewhere and call back. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Dr. Nosa.
Good evening. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm Olotu Rex calling from Benin City.
I didn't get the name.
Olotu Rex.
Olotu Rex.
Mr. Rex, how are you?
I'm very well, and you?
We thank God. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Rex. I'm trying to take in as much calls as I can today.
Okay. When it comes to communication, I think basically in a relationship, most time the greatest challenge is listening. People don't listen. Every time people just enter emotion, they just enter into a relationship with their emotional sense, not with their head sense or with their mind. You get it now? One time I was with somebody. You know what the girl said? Hello.
I'm listening.
Yes,
what did the girl say?
She said. I said, what about your dad? He said, I don't know where he is. I don't even care about him. I cannot even forgive him. I said, God forbid, what am I doing with somebody like this? The next time she called me, I don't move. Basically, people don't listen. Somebody like that who is so hungry, who cannot forgive the father. How can that person forgive me? You understand now?
Okay. Now, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you try to get into a conversation with this girl to understand why she feels this way about her father?
Yes. She was saying because of the way the guy treated the dad and all that, and so many things. I said, but this is your dad. Come on.
Okay.
Hey.
Wait. Hold up. She was saying the way the man treated the mother.
Yes.
Okay. So, could you have been able that? You see, what you don't understand is that is what she knows.
Yes.
Okay.
But
could you?
Don't understand. Do you know there's some? Yes. Okay. I'm listening to you.
On.
Sorry.
Now, being all she knows, she's had a father who treated her mom funky. She has a father who treated her mom bad, and that has formed her own.
About life.
Yes. Now, that would have been in your position to try to show her something better.
Oh, okay, Dr. Nosa, can you listen to me now?
I'm listening.
I went further. I tried my best. And he was like, no, it's not possible. I can't do that. It's not even possible. Even my brothers, all of us, have made up our mind. Imagine somebody who has so made up their mind not to forgive their own dad.
Well, Jim, see, for me, I told you, you need to understand that people come into a relationship with an already made up set of views on things. Okay? If you're entering into a relationship, that is why you begin to talk to these people. Okay, so you don't feel so good about your dad. Why? My dad didn't treat us right. He ignored us. He didn't take care of responsibilities. Okay. And how does that make you feel? Like, he didn't care about us. All right, fine. So do you think I'm going to be like your dad? Okay. Then put the person to see you. Because if all he sees is her dad, when he looks at you, he's always going to see her dad.
Yeah.
So you need to bring the person to actually see you. How? By having direct conversations. We always have indirect conversations, like side talks. No, face the issues. Okay, so do you think I'm going to treat you like that? She's going to tell you yes, because you're a man. And I think all men are the same. Okay, well, then you're going to have to start going about it like, okay, but I have a different set of views. I have a different set of upbringing. You need to convince her, show her better.
Well, I think it's a two-way thing. Now, what that guy did by what he said, moving, what he said, moving on. Well, I think he had the point. There are some people, who come from this background, and when they are shown a different, different way, they are open to change. They are open to giving people a second chance. But there are some people who are so adamant in their way that there's nothing you do to prove to them, I cannot be like your dad. I can't be like my mom. But they are just so adamant, and they refuse to change. So that guy leaving that girl, well, it's a two-way thing. It could be he has seen there is no way forward with this young lady.
Is it? Can I ask you a question, Mrs. Nosa? We're having a conversation.
Okay.
Do you think that? Okay, we're having a communication.
We're communicating.
Okay, so do you think that truly somebody ever gets to a point in their life where they cannot change?
Well, no, I don't. People can change, but it depends.
No, I'm asking based on what you said.
Yeah.
You said that maybe this particular girl, she had already made up her mind about, and she's adamant. She's not willing to change.
I didn't say she was adamant. I said there are two kinds of people. It could be that these two people, there are one people who can change, who get to see, okay, the way my father did this or my mother did this was wrong. This is a better way, and they go for that better way. But there are some people who I think can just say there's no amount of trust or help or assistance that you give. They will only see their parents in that person. So I think people can change, but it depends on who wants to make the change, how much work, patience they are willing to put in. We're counselors, so we always put ourselves out there. Take, for example, you and I, the background I came from and where you came from. You know how much work you had to put in to get me where I am today, or to get me to see things the way I see things today. It took you lots. You had to be patient. You had to be tolerant. You had to put in lots of work. Now, some people are not willing to put in such work into an individual because it's exhausting. It's time consuming. So why putting so much work on a person? And it takes time. So there's no time for that. Let's just do this quickly and get it over with.
Dr. Nosa, question.
Yeah.
Is communication the solution, or it's a path, a road
problem
to a solution? Is communication the solution
to any problem?
To problems in relationship,
Now,
or it's a path
Let me answer you like
to a
this.
solution?
In some relationship, communication is the solution.
In some?
Okay.
In some, it is the path to the solution.
So it's relative.
It's relative.
Okay.
In some people, communication is all the woman wants. And if she gets it, it is the solution to the problem.
Okay.
In some, it is the pathway. When they start talking, when they get talking, then they start getting solutions. But to some, really, communication is just what they need. Like a woman clamors for the attention of her husband. Like she's crying and she's wailing and she just wants the man to give her attention. Let's get on the phone. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Nosa.
Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
Hello, sir. My name is Efe. I'm calling from Sapler Road.
Essay from Sapler.
Efe.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Effie, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to ask, how can we really think somebody a perspective that is wrong? Like, if your partner, you want the person to really know that what she believes is wrong and the thing cannot work, cannot make the relationship to succeed. So how can we go about it?
Why do you feel that her perception is wrong?
According to what you are just saying, according to what not married, who I'm any state.
Network is bad.
Okay, I don't know why it was making that sound. I know it's usually from the phones, but yeah. Okay. All right. What was the question the guy was asking? How do you get...
How do you get to change? How do you get to make your spouse understand that their opinion
is wrong?
Is wrong. How do you make them understand and help them change that opinion?
You know, sometimes pointing the wrong does not always show the wrong.
Okay.
Everyone needs to listen. I get sometimes very deep in when I talk about these things. Pointing the wrong. There are people who are so proud that when you try to show them they are wrong, it leads to more arguments.
Issues,
Do you understand? It leads to more issues. It leads to more argument. All right? When you try to let them see that, okay, what they are doing is not necessarily the right way. They're like, somebody told me, Dr. Nosaba, when I tried to let him know that maybe what he did is wrong, he flares up. There are people who are dealing with, ego issues, and they just cannot own up when they're wrong. Yes. Now, if you're dealing with someone like that, you have to be subtle. You have to be subtle in your approach. You have to be wise in your approach. Okay. You don't go, You don't go, oh boy. You don't go in their face. You don't go in their face. I'm distracted by the, we need to switch it up.
Come on. No, we can ignore now. We can ignore, Mrs. Nosa. Let's ignore.
Okay. So, Jim, the thing is, if you're dealing with such a person, sometimes allowing them see allowing them experience the outcome of their wrong sometimes is a good way for them to learn.
That would be leaving a scar.
Yeah, because it gets to affect the other person.
Yeah, but sometimes
if they will only listen,
when they refuse to listen, sometimes allowing them the consequence of whatever wrong they're doing, happen to them, makes them wake up.
Dr. Nosa, a man has a very bad habit of staying out late and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you have talked and talked and talked. He does not want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And very soon, the doctor diagnoses him of kidney issues.
Mm-hmm.
putting the whole family in
Doc, everything
chaos.
falls back
to the woman.
Yes, but who has? No, James. See, we need to look at it. Yeah, it falls back to the woman, but who has the kidney issues? Is it the woman?
But the burden, the
Yes.
weight.
No.
The stress.
No,
The stress is going to come back.
Agreed, but who's got the kidney issues?
The man.
Okay, that's where I want us to
A
just
man
pause.
who refuses to learn and it eventually gets to that state, many of them still find it difficult
That's
to
even
adjust.
Jim,
messing
if
that-
you
that-
Jim, hold up. If he refuses to learn,
the woman should leave him.
what is the woman going to do? The woman should stand at the door and say, "You are not going out today."
Well,
Is that the approach you should take? Do you know what that could lead to happening to the woman? She could be hit somewhere, and then maybe her eyes, is out. That's what she should do. She prays for him. pray for him. Pray for him. But when he chooses to I know that the decision, the weight, taking care of the family is going to rest on the woman and, all of that. But hear me, it's going to be temporal because at the end of the day, grow up and all those load, she'll be able to deal with it. But the man, if he doesn't stop, is the one who dies, is the one who gets to live with these issues for the rest of his life. You need to understand that sometimes when you try to stop people from going a certain way, if they don't understand that you're doing it for their own good and they allow their ego and all of this to come in, and then this happens a lot between men and women, relationships. Yeah. Sometimes we as men, we are just so, I'm trying not to use an obscene word on radio. We're just so foolish. I can say that. We're just so, we think we know.
Strong-headed.
Yeah, we think we know everything. Okay, and the woman in our life is saying, I don't think this is this is something nice, or this is something you should be doing. And then we're going, who gives you the right to tell me anything? Who that? And I'm like, you don't understand. If things are okay for you, the both of you get to enjoy it. True. Now, if you choose to go the wrong way, you put this woman into a lot of stress. But don't forget, if you go out there and get AIDS, and she finds out, she's not going to be sleeping with you.
Well, that's after she's collected.
Exactly. She may get to find out too late.
That's after she collected. Now, see, the bringing it, that trying to relate it with marriage, communication with marriage. Now, if you look at the contemporary issues, if you had to take a sample, you find that majority of women, they have issues with their husband staying late. That's one. Number two, alcoholism. Then number three, having side chicks. It's now like it's normal.
It's like having your phone.
You understand? Now look at the consequences of these three. How can a woman now communicate with a husband whose life since university days has been going out and coming back home by 10 or 11?
What are you trying to say? I don't understand.
Okay. Doc, the core issue here is for women trying to handle their men. How can women communicate with their husband, with their spouse, without losing their marriage, without losing their eyes?
Without losing their, without getting a beat?
Yes. Because they get it almost on it. There's a neighbor I have. Sometimes I just wish I can just cross over and go and meet them. Any little thing you hear is, I will just slap you now. I will just beat you now. As if they are recording a live wrestling match. In that is what happens almost on a weekly basis. I can hear up to 5 times. I will just beat you, and the next thing you are hearing door. Gru, 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 gru. So how can these women communicate their opinion, their submission without being battered?
Sometime this week we were with a woman who is an added listener to this show, who happens to be a mother-in-law to my friend. And she said something that.
What's her name? We need to give her Rosemary's mother-in-law. Let me say it like this. Yeah. I'm sure she's listening. Forgive me if I didn't remember the name. Rosemary's mother-in-law. The woman is so nice, so cool.
Yeah, we were speaking with her, and she was telling us that the issue with this generation is that when their husband is talking, the women want to put in their own words, that in their own time, because we are looking at different marriages in her time and in our time. That in her time, that when a man is talking, you allow him to talk. When he's angry about an issue or he's upset about anything, allow him talk. And I think it applies to all men, even in that generation and in this generation. Yes, allow him talk. Let him express himself while you are quiet listening. When he's done talking and he has gone to sit in a place or maybe give him 5-10 minutes, then you now go to him and say, my dear, this thing that you are saying is not like this, it's not like that. The man tends to listen at that time. even if he does not agree with you, even if he does not take what you are saying, but you've sown a seed inside.
You've at least got him to listen to you.
Yes, you've put in something which he may maybe sieve some and pick some. You will get him to listen. So we women, we just need to target when we speak. It's not slavery, it's not bondage, it's not overbearing or being bossy. The man being bossy on the woman is just wisdom which God has given to us women. We need to apply. When you are married to a man who is hot-tempered, that when he's talking about an issue and you just say, before you know it, it's Tozai across the face.
Now, from the angle of the women, how many women are patient enough to let him speak?
Well, women, you know us women, we are very...
Exactly.
But we learn with time. When you've taken 1, 2, 3 beating, I have a friend who is going through some things now. Sometimes she, this modern age ladies want to prove, when it's not proven, we thank God for grace anyway. Let me know. Yeah, it's not proven. Now, when she has gotten 1, 2, 3, she learned to be quiet when the guy is up there, when he's high, when he's angry, when he's upset. She learned to be quiet because she has noticed that when I talk and he's talking, it aggravates him the more, which results to hitting. So she now learned that, okay, let me just wait, not to respond when he's talking. So when he's done talking, then, and you know where you get a man, where you get a man to break or even to apologize. For most men, I think, well, a man generally, let me use that.
Am I some kind of lab rat here?
No, my dear, I'm not talking.
Okay, no, go ahead. I mean, when you say it like that, I have to think of myself.
You don't have to. When a man is talking, you give him time to talk. No matter how hurtful or painful or provoked you may be by his words, you wait. At night when he's sleeping, go tap him. At that moment, the man can listen to you. Then both of you can now reason together. You might even get the man to apologize. To say, because you were talking now, sorry now, don't be angry. You can get the man. Don't wake him up at night and say, my dear, why would you do this? Why would you do that? Then he's level-headed, he's calm, all the adrenaline has gone down, all the pH is balanced.
Acidity level.
Yes.
These are some men, you tap them that time.
Well,
that's why she said most men.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's why it is your duty as a woman. We're not giving you...
it's not making you less than a woman.
No. See, what we're saying, my dear, is we're not giving you a formula. No. We're only trying to make you understand that if you find a way to reach your man, he'll listen to you. You need to figure out what is the best way to reach him. Like she said, most men, on more than one occasion, my wife has woken me up at night and said, I need to talk with you. Now, I know when she says that.
Have I woken up at night? Have I?
Yes, you have once.
Once?
Yes, I will not forget that night.
Jesus,
you remind me later.
I will tell you. She woke me up and said, I need to speak with you. I want to talk to you. Now, you're like, okay, you've got to be crazy to be shouting right now. Calm down. Hear what she has to say. She said most men. Now, when you have a man who you know if you wake him up at night, he's wahala. Then there's always some time. There is a time where he's level-headed, he's calm. It might be when he's eating. It might be when he comes. It might be when he comes, to that time of the night.
Three things that moves at night.
He now begins to then you now say, I think you are coming now. I think you are coming now. You forgot what you did in the afternoon. He's going to say, okay, sorry, is that down you are sitting? Okay, sorry. When he says that, take it. Just take it. Because when you start going, I think I'm waiting for you here. This is where I'm going to pay you back. You will not get it. When you do that, you're setting a trap for yourself. When you get him when he needs you, and it comes up and you take advantage of that particular time, and you go, okay, but see how I feel. Well, he's at that time he's gonna say sorry. Oh.
Always.
He will say sorry.
Always say
Yeah,
sorry.
every man has their moment where you can get to talk with them.
Yes.
And express
So it's
yourself.
the woman's responsibility to find out that moment and use it. If you find out his moment, trust me, every time that moment will work. Every time.
For most men, the
No,
majority
no.
of the men.
If you find out that moment for your man,
Okay.
every time that moment is it. If it is when he's coming for, to be intimate, if it's when he's eating, once you find it out, always take advantage of that moment. It will always work. Okay. Whew. 07062639275. 09039394427 and 0812-178-9154. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Taiwo.
Taiwo.
Taiwo, we heard you call during the week.
Is that
We heard that you called during the week, Taiwo.
okay?
Yes.
Taiwo,
okay.
Taiwo. Inugbatiwe.
Well, sir.
Gbereyin.
Why will he be
Wait.
Why would he? Please write down, my dear.
Jesus
Go
is
on.
Lord.
The next step. Go to the next step.
Okay. Well, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank
Well,
you, Taiwo.
good. How are you today?
I'm good, though. I'm good. I'm fine.
Hope you're able to go to church.
Yeah, I went.
You went late when this preaching was over. Taiwo, that's not church now. Going to church when the sermon is over. What did you now go there to do? You went to mark register.
Well, it wasn't my fault. They just didn't close on time, so it wasn't my fault.
Okay, so Taiwo, you want to talk about what we're talking, or you just got to
Yes,
say hi?
sir. Most people, they don't listen. You just talk and keep talking, but the problem is they really do not. I have someone that I'm kind of a friend of mine right now. She never listens. She will never listen to you. You just be talking as if you are just talking on deaf ears.
Okay, so when you say she doesn't listen, is it when you are talking she doesn't listen, or?
She will just be shaking her head as if the thing is sinking, but she doesn't listen.
Or she doesn't work with what you
Yes,
say, the counsel.
yeah. She doesn't listen at all. In the long run, she'll just do whatever what's in her mind.
Okay, so
Well, there are some people like that who are so adamant and who think they are always right. No matter what, they are the encyclopedia of life. There's nothing you tell them that they take. It is their own that is correct. Any other person, if a doctor tells them this is it, the doctor is just talking. It is their own diagnosis that works. There are people like that. I think they are just 1%, and those such
Difficult people.
yeah, they may get to learn the hard way or when it's too late. And I also think if it's in a case of relationship, such a lady, when she finds someone she's head over is in love with, she would listen. She would listen and she would act according. That's the call.
yeah, I'm going to take the call, but still on the communication, Jim.
Yeah.
I want to do sort of like a nine steps to know that you are in the right, or that your communication level or your communication life is going right.
You're on point with
You're
your
on point.
communication.
One, first, everybody's been saying it. They don't listen. You need to stop and listen. You need to stop and listen. You need to stop directly, deliberately stop and listen. Now, many times you've heard this, or you've read it in an article somewhere about communication skills, how hard it is to actually do when you are in the moment, to actually listen. How hard is it to actually listen when you're in the moment? It's very hard. Because when the both of you are back and forth at it, you need to understand that listening means listening, not waiting to hear what to respond. That's what most of us do in communication.
Exactly. I wanted to point you to that.
Yeah, like when he's talking, you are going, okay, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you.
And you're jotting down
I'm
points.
listening to you. Let me get Byron and paper so that when you say that, see, when you are listening, it means you're actually listening to what they are saying. And why are they saying what they are saying? You need to stop. You need to listen. You shouldn't talk at each other. That's what most people do in communication. He's shouting, you are shouting, nobody's listening. Now, okay, let's sit down and let's talk. You let him talk. And while he's talking, you're listening.
To understand.
To understand. Exactly. And then when he's done talking, you go, okay, so let me respond to the things you said.
With my understanding
With
of what he said.
Of what exactly.
Okay.
And then when you ask him, when you are talking with him, you can go, is this exactly what you were trying to say?
Okay.
And she goes, yes or no. Okay, if she goes no, then you can say, okay,
Make me understand.
Make me understand. Now, what happens at the end of this conversation? The both of you are going to better understand each other. Okay, first step, you need to stop and listen.
Okay.
Hello, good evening. Okay, 081217899154. Wow, it's almost 7:30 already. 09039394427. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, what's the name?
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
She wasn't hearing.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Welcome to the program. What's your name?
My name is Tracy. I'm calling from Ute.
Tracy, how are you?
I'm very fine, sir.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this communication issue is not something that's just between spouse. It's also between parents and children.
Okay.
Like, for example, my parents, they don't listen to anybody, especially my dad. He just says that whatever he says is yes and amen. We don't have any other choice, just have to follow. And most of the time, we get to like, okay, that is see, this is not how it is. Try and understand, okay, just try and understand. But no, he does not want to listen at all. And it gets really frustrating. Okay, sir, I don't really know. I'm kind of getting advanced in age. I'm 22,
Okay.
to be exact. And at this time, I'm a graduate. And there are some things that, okay, I want to do personally. But he's just against everything. He's like, okay.
Things like what? Things like what? Things like what?
Before I graduated, I was into ministry.
Okay.
But their kind of church at home is different from my kind of church. I went to church that we just speak in tongues and everything. But his own church, they don't do those things. They just go to church, pray, and all those normal Christianity. So he kind of seen my own like it's fake, it's all glabash and everything. And I'm trying to get him to understand that, okay, fine, look at the proof, look at the results. You've seen the changes. You know how I have been. You know how I am. But he's just adamant. And I was like, okay, you're not going back there. You cannot go back there. You're going to stay here. We're going to be going to this church and you have no say. And how can I deal with that, not being disobedient to them and also not be disobedient to God? Because it's like putting a platter, God and my father. I don't really know how to balance the equation. It's really confusing for me as a person.
Okay, say it this way. You're not going to be in your father's house your entire life. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You never know what God has in store for you. Maybe by this time next year you could be married. Now, what am I saying? You should not allow the current situation that you are in now to become what defines your future. You're not going to be in your father's house. You know, when I was growing up, there were a lot of things that I wanted to do. There were so many things I wanted to achieve, and there were a lot of things that I couldn't do. But right now, I'm free as a bird to do whatever I want to do. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say to you is this. See your current situation as a period of training, as a period of growing, okay? You are not going to be in your father's house much longer. Of course, you are done with education. Maybe you could get a job that takes you out of town. You could get a job that takes you out of city. Your dad is not going to come to wherever you are and say you must be coming to church from there. Do you understand? Or something happens that can take you away from here. Don't allow the current situation to mess up, your relationship with your father, because you're saying that, okay, this is what I am taught to do in my church, and then the question will be, so your church teaches you to be disrespectful and disobedient to your father? At the end of the day, even if you have a true gospel to pass on to him, your own actions have made things difficult. Do you understand? So I think that right now, she's currently in a place where she needs to understand. She needs to understand time. She needs to understand purpose. Okay? She's in a place where she needs to understand these two things. Yes?
Then, in addition to what you said, she should not allow the fire inside of her to die because she's going to a church where they don't believe in speaking in tongues and other things. She can also build herself, continue her relationship, her devotion to God, continue speaking in the tongues, reading her Bible, read books that would increase her spiritual growth, that will increase her in every area. She doesn't necessarily need to be in that church to grow in the things of the Spirit. She can do her own personal she can groom herself by reading books, study your Bible. You've got the Holy Spirit, you've got the Bible.
Spend time to pray.
You are good to go, yeah.
Okay, I hope she heard. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Osayende. I live in Upper Mission.
I didn't get the name.
Osayende.
Osayende. I live in Upper Mission.
Okay, Osayende, go ahead.
Yeah, there is this issue I'm facing right now with my girl.
Yeah.
We actually been together for years, right from school days. And now we actually have it in mind that we want to get married.
Okay.
I knew her family, I knew her parents, I also knew her pastor.
Okay.
So right now, I told her I want to get married to her. She came up with an issue.
What's the issue?
Yeah, that she's not ready. 1, 2, because it's like her parents are testing on her. As in, they told her that if you know you're not going to marry this guy, let him be. But time is going. Probably she will be up to 30 years now. So enough talk and others.
Osayende, how old are you?
I'm 35.
All right. You're working?
Yeah, I'm working.
Is she working too?
She's a graduate, I'm a graduate, but she's not working as a graduate. She's just learning a work.
All right, okay. So her parents are of the opinion that she should be serious with you. Her own parents are of the opinion that she should be serious with you.
She told them that she doesn't actually, because her mom told me that she will not force her to do what's against her will, because she will be the one to bring a man and they will get married to. Bring a man that she wants to get married to. Her pastor always tell her that this guy is good. He talked to her and everybody talked to her. I even talked to her. I say, is she having any guy outside me? She said no. But she's just saying that her mind doesn't carry it. She's saying if I'm the right man for her, this and that. When we talk, I communicated with her effectively, the language that she will understand. But she keeps on saying one thing.
How long have you guys been together?
8 years now.
How long?
Started in school days. 8 years. We started when we were in school.
8 years.
Yeah.
And she's still saying.
Yes, she's not ready.
She's still saying she's not ready. She doesn't trust you. How is her? What's her parents' relationship like? The father and the mother. How is the home? How is the family?
Their relationship is fine. Their family is fine.
Okay, so
everything just working fine.
What position is she?
She's the first daughter.
Okay.
She's the first daughter. And the apostle always tell her that he will not lead her astray. If she's afraid,
okay,
this and that and this, that she's a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
That she's already bring her, this person, you are the one that brought this person. And now I told you that this person is good. you will make a good home. This and that, that and this.
So what
But I
exactly is she
don't-
afraid of?
Pardon?
What are the things she's afraid of? Why is she not willing to commit?
I actually asked her, I said, what is she actually afraid of?
Mm-hmm.
She told me that she doesn't know, as in she's afraid if she get married to me, if she will suffer. She was just saying different kind of things.
Did her parents suffer?
No, they are living well. Her father built as in they built a house. They have their own house. They are living well.
Okay, can you remember the last time the two of you had a quarrel?
Yeah, we had a quarrel.
What was the quarrel about?
Yeah, the last quarrel we had, it was when she called on me
Mm-hmm.
that if I'm at home, I told her I'm on my way home now, but probably 20 minutes, 10 minutes, I'll be at home.
Mm-hmm.
She came home, she didn't see me, and my phone was in my pocket. She was calling me, I didn't know that it was called because I was working, so the phone was keep on ringing. Until when I get to my junction, then the phone started ringing, and I picked.
Mm-hmm.
Then at that time, she had already got home. Then she now called on me and told me that where I am. I said, I'm just home now, but she said, do you know I've been at home since? She
So
called
she
and shouted and talked, and I pleaded. I even went to her house. I told her everything. She comprehended. So we continued. Then I told her that this December I need to see her parents so that this year I'll get married to her. And that's where the issue started.
Okay, so she obviously has this girl obviously has trust issues. You know,
I wanted to ask the guy if he was her first date, if he was the guy she has been dating.
Probably. I mean, if they've been together for 8 years, and she's about 30, so this has been happening since she was probably 22.
So where is the trust issue coming from?
You know, people just have this fear. Jim, okay. People just have this fear that, and what you fear the most, most likely
comes to you. True.
This guy obviously sounds like he loves this girl, and he's willing to do, you know, whatever for the girl. You know, do away with whatever, you know, secret fears she may be harboring, and just.
He said there's something, if they would come for couple counseling, something the lady needs to say, because this is from the guy's point of view now. So there's something she needs to share, so more light can be thrown into it.
What's his name? Osayande, right?
Yes,
Osayande. Okay, Osayande, if you and your fiance would be willing to see me, I can make out time and talk to the two of you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome. What's your name?
Tabitha.
I didn't get the name.
Tabitha.
Tabitha, how are you?
I'm very fine, thanks, sir.
Oh, nice name.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Tabitha, go ahead.
Well, I'm really enjoying your show. You guys are doing.
Thank you, Tabitha.
Yeah, and concerning this communication thing, Taiwo said something about those stubborn people that will not want to listen. Well, I've gone through something like that, and what I did to the person, I was talking to the person about something, and he wasn't listening. So I did the same thing to him. And he was like, why did you do that? That's wrong. And I'm like, oh, how does it feel? Does it hurt? I mean, now you see what I've been talking to you about. And ever since, he has not tried it, and everything is okay now.
Okay.
So sometimes you just need to let them know how it feels.
Of their own medicine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there are some people, when you give them a taste of their medicine, they probably just want you out of their lives, you know.
Oh, they don't want to get how.
They have a different way of reacting.
Yeah. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the program. What's your name? Well, the phone line, you would need to call me back, whoever that was. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Please turn down the volume on your radio, please.
Hello, David.
Please turn down the volume on your radio, sir.
Hello.
Okay, sorry, I would need to cut you off. When you call, please turn down the volume on your radio. The phone lines, in case you don't have it, is 070-6263-9275. Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. My name is Ehizoge. I'm calling from Benin.
Okay, what's your name?
Ehizoge.
Okay, Ehi, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So actually, I've been following your program since, and the topic is really interesting, and I think I have a problem with it. I've been dating a guy for like 8 months now.
8 months?
And we have this communication issue. And each time we talk, he's always saying before, when we are talking, I always conclude on matters, and I don't know how I conclude. I've asked him about it, and he's not saying anything. Like recently now, like going for 2 months, we don't see, he doesn't call me, he's avoiding me and all that. I don't really know what the problem is.
He's avoiding, what do you mean he's avoiding you?
Like, if I don't call him, he doesn't call me and all that.
What does he do?
He works.
Okay, now, is it because maybe he's really busy, that's why he doesn't have the chance or have the time?
Yeah, he works and I work, but weekends we don't work. Like before, we see most of the weekends. But nowadays, he doesn't care, he doesn't call me, he doesn't want to see me and all that.
Have you tried to talk with him about it directly? Like, I don't know what's going on. Why are you doing this? Have you tried to talk to him?
Yes, I have. When I did, he told me that if he says anything, I will still say that, look at what he said, I'll pick an issue out of it. And I don't know if I did. And I don't know how that is possible.
So he's saying that when he says something to you, you kind of use it to get back at him?
Yes, and I'm not a troublesome type. I don't know how I do that. I've been trying to make him understand, make him explain to me how is that possible. How he doesn't want to tell me anything.
Okay, so 8 months you've been together, and what do you want to say to her?
Yeah, he's okay. I think 8 months you are doing everything to try to prove to this guy that you are nice, you are okay, you are putting your. If he's pushing you away, then you should step back a bit. Give him some time to breathe. Give him some time to himself. Let him, maybe there are issues he needs to deal with or something. Just give him some time. If he comes back to you, then you cannot address this current issue that I don't like the way you cut me off. When if there's something I'm doing, you need to tell me. Then that is another opportunity for you to express yourself. But if he doesn't come back, then maybe he's not really into you, or maybe he has gotten what he wanted and has moved on.
That's what I perceive. He has gotten what he wanted from the relationship.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the show. What's your name?
I'm Conscience.
Conscience?
Yes.
Wow. Nice name, Conscience.
Thank you.
Conscience, go ahead. Where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you from JRA.
All right, Conscience, go ahead.
I just want to appreciate your call. Sorry, your program that you are doing.
Thank you, Conscience.
It's very interesting. I always listen to it.
Thank you, Conscience.
Well, good night, sir.
Well, that's it, Conscience.
Thanks.
Oh, wow. My conscience. Oh, all right. Okay, let me take a quick break, one more break, and then we will come up and get on the last lap of the program. It's still Unburden the live show. Keep it locked.
KUFM.
Unburden your fears.
Isn't it amazing how life is one thing and then in an instant
At the beginning of the show, I talked about how I really need everyone to come in and support and be a part of this program to keep it on air. We are trying to raise money to keep the program on air. I was believing and thinking that some of you would bring your goods and services and have it on the program. While we are waiting, we need to raise money to pay off the airtime. I've done this personally for more than 3 years, and it's very, very, very difficult. So I need every one of my friends and everyone who this program has ever been a blessing to you in any way, shape, or form. I need you all to come in and let's join our forces together to keep the program on air. And for a donation of 2,000 naira or more, I would give you my personal devotional that I use. That's what we use at church. That's what we use in my family. It's got over 365 days or 365 days of devotional. And it's also got study materials like Sunday school study materials that you can use for yourself and your family. So for a donation of 2,000 or more, I am not selling the book to you. It is my way of saying thank you for donating to keep this program on air. So call the number 080-5847-5402 right now. You can call the number right now as we are live on air right now. If we don't come up with money this week, the show might not come on next week Sunday. So I need to come up with money this week for us to be able to keep the show going on. So everyone, please, I need you all to come in and support. Just call the number 080-5847-5402. That is 080-5847-5402. Call the number right now and tell them that you would like to donate and would be able to keep the program on air going. I want to say thank you so much. Let's go back to the phone line. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Nosa.
Yes, good evening. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
This is Raymond. It's been a while, though.
I didn't get the name.
Raymond.
Mr. Raymond, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, though. Happy New Year.
Same to you, Raymond. It's been a long time.
Yeah, a very long time.
Wow, you just disappeared on us.
No, not really. I'm mostly not in town most of the time.
Okay.
Wow. But I'll try.
Okay.
I tried calling you last week, but I was driving. I was calling at the same time. It was very easy. But I couldn't get you. So
Okay.
I've also been trying for a while now. I just wanted to say this. I think there should be an agreement, first of all, that a man is the head of the family.
Okay.
Hello? So that should be established, first and foremost. Then secondly, if you've noticed there'll be more men calling you than women. That's because I don't think there's any man that doesn't want his home to work. Yes, and I think there's one established, what would I call it now? That's like an old wife table. It's not all men that beat their wives. In fact, there are more men that don't beat their wives than men that beat their wives.
Okay.
Yeah. Your wife was saying something that the woman is stubborn. After some beating, the woman will straighten up. But what of men that can't beat their wife and don't in general? You know? The thing is that, like I've come to discover, because I've talked to other men that are also married, most women don't just want to. You know, like they are talking to her, listening, but at the back of her mind, she has already figured it out. And when I try to see, okay, on what is she building her belief system on? It's actually on nothing, on things that can't work. So first of all, I think we should get that in our mind that it's not all men that is right, it's not all men that are drunk, it's not all men that go outside and chase other women.
Okay.
In fact, I believe there are more good men than bad men.
Okay.
At every particular point in time in life, you know, that story when I think Elijah was telling God, I'm the only one left, and God said that about 5,000 men that are not out. There are always more good men than bad men.
Okay.
So there are more good men than bad men. So the issue really is not like because there are bad men out there. I told my sister something. I told her, I said, when they were having, and I told her, I said, try and get your husband on your side. The issue then was that the husband was complaining that he was not respecting his mother. And I told her, that's the issue then. It's not a issue. Just, why not focus your mother-in-law and try and maybe it's just a mind, I should teach her, and everything was fine. But parents was like, the husband, I said, no, go and not your husband, go and it's you. You know that why not come? Let's see how things change. I should teach that, and everything was good. I just want to say that.
Hello. Okay, now I think I understand what Raymond is saying, but yeah, I believe that everybody has their own view on this communication thing. People can tell you what they think is right and what they think is wrong, but I feel when you're in the midst, when you're in the center of a heated argument, what you do tells me how good you are at communicating with your spouse. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Could you speak up a bit for me, please? Mr. Okosun, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, are you?
I'm good. Okay, Mr. Okosun, go ahead. We don't have a lot of time.
Right. The question goes to you, sir.
Okay.
If your elder brother comes to meet you and said that his wife lost his womb, and now he said that he doesn't want to adopt the child, and he wants to sleep with your wife so he can give him the child, will you allow it?
Please ask that question again. I didn't hear any. It's breaking. You need to be a bit loud for me.
Okay, I say your elder brother comes to meet you.
Okay.
And said that along the line, his wife lost her womb, and he doesn't want his blood to be outside. That he doesn't want to adopt a child from another family, and he wants your wife to sleep with him so he can give him a child. Will you allow that?
Well, that question. You see, when people ask questions, you just you listen to them. Okay. Now that question is rhetorical. Okay. He needs to come up straight and say exactly what is going on before I can be able to give him a counsel. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Please turn down the volume on your radio, please.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Good evening.
Okay, I'm Sarah calling from Bovai.
Your radio is still loud.
Can you hear me clearly, sir?
I can hear you. It's not like I can't hear you. It's just that there's a holdback. Your radio is loud.
Okay, I've turned it down. Can you hear me now?
What's your name?
I'm Sarah from Bovai.
Okay, Sarah, go ahead, quick.
I just want to thank you because in my marriage, it's about 3 years in marriage now. Always fight, quarreling, arguing. But there was a friend that introduced me to your program. So me and my husband started listening to your program. Now there's peace in my home. We don't argue. If anything just came up, we just sort it out within ourselves. So I just want to say thank you for your program and well done, sir.
God bless you. Thank you so much for listening. Get more people to listen, okay?
Okay, sir.
God bless you. Have a good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, the phone lines are still open. We've got about 7 more minutes. 07062639275. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, welcome. What?
My name is Patrick. I'm calling from Benin.
Yes, sir.
I'm fine.
Okay, Patrick, go ahead.
Okay, my wife put to bed about 9 months ago.
Okay.
Through CS. And each time I feel like getting close to her, she will give me excuse. She's not feeling fine. She's having body pain. And then later she came up with family planning or whatsoever. And I'm like kind of being careful about it because of some experience that I've had. I've seen some people having, So I don't know what to do on that area. I don't want, what I intended using was, I bought a lot of condoms. Let's be using condoms for now. Then when we move to go to the right place for that issue to be solved. And that is one. But up to now, she refused.
Mr. Patrick.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to me outside the show?
Yes, I have. I was one that called you sometime.
I was expecting the both of you to come.
Yeah, I'm looking at this week, sir.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Secondly, prior and your wife, you are running this program. Is it right for husband and wife to be attending the same church?
if it's right for husband and wife to attend the same church.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you attending different churches?
I wanted her to be attending the same church with me, but it was like a kind of opposing it. And
How long have you been married?
I'll be married for getting to 8 years now to 7.
And for these 8 years, you have attended different churches.
We used to attend the same church before, but all of a sudden she changed that she doesn't want to be attending that one.
Okay. Did you find out why she didn't want to attend the church anymore?
Our reasons were not all that cogent. Our reasons were not all that cogent.
Okay. Her reasons were not that cogent.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, try and let us see this week, okay?
Okay, I will.
We can talk about everything when we see.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, good evening. Sorry about that. Call back 07062639275. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Welcome to the show. What's your name?
I'm Abies.
Abies, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Where are you calling me from?
From Over Hills.
All right, Abies, let's go. Let's get on with it quick.
Nothing more. I just want to appreciate you for what you are doing. I'm enjoying your program. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Abies.
And your wife.
Keep the word. Put the word out. We need to keep the program on the radio. Okay.
All right, I will do that.
God bless you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, God bless you, sir.
Welcome to the show. What's your name?
I'm
So
confident name.
I didn't get the name.
Apostle Confident by name.
Apostle. Hello?
Confidence.
Yeah, confidence.
Okay, confidence. Go ahead. Your line is.
Yeah, God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
I really love your program. Since ever I've been listening to the program, I really appreciate the good work you have been doing in the life of many people.
Thank you.
I hear a lot of testimony that is going on.
Thank you so much,
really
confidence.
for the program, and I appreciate your wife also for joining you also for the program also.
Thank you very much.
And this is not quite long, but
Hello, good evening. The line is breaking.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Precious.
Precious.
Hello?
Hello, Precious. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, go ahead, Precious. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ubo.
Okay. Precious, go ahead.
Okay, I've been dating this guy for like 4 years now. Though when we started, it was quite interesting. But since this year, it seems I've been kind of off. It's as if I'm not feeling him. Though he's very nice, caring, he calls a lot, but it's as if I am not getting it, or I'm not feeling as before. I don't know what came about, and I don't know how to get myself back.
Okay, Precious. Precious, how old are you?
I'm 21.
What do you do?
I'm a student.
Okay, and what does he do?
He's a worker. He got a job.
You are 22, and how old is he?
He's 27.
27?
Yes.
Is he done with school?
Yeah, he's done with school, just got a job.
Okay, so where do you think this relationship is going?
He is going far. The way he's rhythm, the way he talks about, like maybe 5 years from now, the way he plans.
5 years.
But yeah, it's me that's not getting it. I don't know.
What level are you in school?
I'm 300.
300. Okay. And what are you studying, if you don't mind my asking?
Chemistry.
All right. Cool. So you're studying something nice. Now, here's the thing. Do you want to settle down now?
No.
Okay. Does he look like he's ready to settle down anytime soon?
Not really.
Okay. So, what is it exactly that's putting you off about him? There's something. You can't say there's nothing. There's something. What is it?
There's There's nothing. It's just as if I'm getting side distractions. Like I don't know.
Is
It's
there
just,
is
I
there
won't say it's
another
just
is
too
there
perfect
another
for me
is
or
there another
something.
is there another guy coming into your picture?
No.
Okay, you feel this guy is just too perfect.
Yes, something like that. No fault, nothing.
And how long have you been together?
4 years.
4 years. 4 years?
Yes.
And you're 21.
Yes.
21. And you started doing this since you were probably 16?
17.
17.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. What I need you to do for me is this. First, I want you to take a deep look within yourself and find out, do you really love this guy?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You do, but?
There's no but. I do. Just that the things is doing, I don't know. It's as if I'm not feeling it. I don't know how to express it.
Do you think he's pretending?
No, it's not. He's not pretending. I feel I'm the one pretending, but I don't know how to just. I don't know. And I don't want to be in a forced relationship. I just want to be truthful. Like.
Why do you think that you are forcing yourself into the relationship?
Because before then, outside relationship, if he comes around, I'm happy. If he wants to come around too, I'm happy. If he wants to do anything with me, I'm happy. But now, if he wants to come around, I am kind of having to like, don't come. I'll just be off and on.
Okay, can I ask you a very sincere question, and I want you to be sincere with me, okay? Yeah. Do you feel like you're tired of it?
Something like that.
Okay. See, here's the thing. You've got a good man. You've got someone who obviously, from the way you're saying it, from the way you're saying it, you got someone who obviously likes you. You've got someone who's obviously in love with you. But you're letting fears. You're letting. Would you marry him if he asks you to?
Yes.
You would.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you met his parents?
Yes.
You've met his siblings?
Yes.
How does he introduce you?
His girlfriend. Everybody in his family knows his girlfriend, and everybody in my family knows my boyfriend.
Okay. So what do you want from him?
Nothing. I'm trying to make myself go back to my old me, like me.
Well, you have to dig within yourself and find out whatever it is that's making you act the way you're acting. Now, you must understand that relationships don't get built on dreams. You need to put in effort. If you don't put in personal effort, it's not going to work. You're just waiting for things to just auto-run, and, you're just going to continue to feel, nice and really loving and lovely about this guy all the time. It doesn't work like that. You must be willing to put in effort. You must be willing to talk with the guy. You must be willing to be around him. You must be willing to get into the conversation, talk with him. If you don't do this, right now, he seems to be the only person putting the effort in this relationship. And soon, he's going to get that vibe. Yeah. He's going to get it that, okay, maybe you are disinterested, you don't want him anymore. And then he's going to now start turning away. And that's when you're going to go, oops, it looks like I'm losing this guy. And then you go crazy, and then you start doing all this begging and crying. And then, he's off. So if you've got a guy who obviously have good intentions for you, all right, you should put in the work too. You should put in the work. You should be able to say, okay, I think this guy is good for me. I think this guy is good to me. You obviously, she says her parents know him, his parents know her. So what's the deal? Would you rather have a guy who's cheating on you and doing all that? You have a good guy. So why not wake up and, talk to yourself? That's what she needs to do. She just needs to talk to herself. All right. By my time, I'm already 1 minute late out of here. So it's 8:01. Everyone, I need you all to get on the phone and support this program. If I'm not able to raise the money this week, we may not come on air next week, Sunday. So everyone, for your donation of 2,000 Naira or more to keep this program going, I will give you my personal devotional. You can use it for your family. You can use it for yourself. It will enlighten you, and it will make you grow in your relationship with God. All right? Thank you so much, everyone who has tuned in from all over the world. Thank you for making it a date with me. I will be here next week, Sunday, God willing, when we're able to pay the bills. We'll be here next week, Sunday. If you want to know all about how you can support this program, get with me on the phone, 080-5847-5402. That's the number. Did you get it? Let me give it to you one more time, 080-5847-5402. Thank you so much. Let us pray. Thank you for such a wonderful time we've had here. Thank you, Lord, for the blessings we have received from you today. I pray, Lord, for everyone who they're yet to know you, to make you their Lord and Savior, to make you the controller and director of their lives. I pray that their eyes be opened to the grace that you have poured out to them in Christ Jesus. I pray, oh God, that you will deliver everyone who is in the dungeon of sin and held in the captivity of habits. And Lord, you free them and give them peace and give them hope. I pray, God, you will raise for us on this program sponsors, people who they love the program so much and they will support to keep it on air. I ask this of you. Touch their heart right now. I thank you for everything you've given to us in Christ Jesus. We thank you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. If Jesus tarries, keep your faith. Do not allow anybody to mess up your life. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
.7 KUFM.
Unburden your fears.
Isn't it amazing how life is one thing and then in an instant it becomes something else?
Unburden your sorrows.
How am I supposed to decide this?
Unburden your troubles.
Someone just talk to me, please, just help me.